bigcal and welcome to my world. It is the end of the month and the end of the year. But what's important at the end of the month is DIY gaming box time. Yeah. So, as you know, I spin this delightful little roulette wheel here. Whatever number it lands on correlates with a gaming console. And for the next month I have to spend a budget of £25 trying to pick up a good mix of quality and quantity games for that particular console. And then I reveal them all here in a video and spin the wheel at the end. So last month I spun the wheel and it landed on PS2, a system where I already own about 150 games for, but there are about 4,000 games in the PS2 library, so never really a shortage. So let's just get into it now and see what I picked and what's inside the box. So first up we have Seek and Destroy. And yeah, this is a fun game where you control a tank and blow up other tanks basically. Yeah, you're part of an army and you just go around a battlefield destroying every tank that you see basically. It's as simple as that really. And it was only £2, nice and cheap, comes complete box. And yes, fun enough, it was on my want list, so I must have seen this at some point and thought, yeah, that looks amusing. And yeah, I enjoyed my time with it, just playing about recording game footage. Next up then, we have another £2 game, and this is Total Overdose. And this is one of those crazy style games. We have to go undercover into a Mexican cartel, I think, something like that. And what's funny about it is the story throws you a huge curve at the beginning. You start off, you're playing a guy who's undercover, and as he's killing some people, he accidentally gets caught up with a grenade and gets blown up. And then you see him in a wheelchair. He's basically broken lots of bones. So what they do is they get his twin brother, of course he has an identical twin brother, they get him out of prison and put him undercover, and that's who you play as. Yeah, crazy as hell, but a funny, amusing story I thought. Plays decent enough, you know, it's an action style game. You go around shooting and things like that and driving cars. I haven't played much into it just yet, just sort of get the basic idea of the story and see what it was like, but again for £2 I've had fun with it so far. It's definitely a game I would like to play more of, so very happy with that. Now we're going up, bigger budget, £3 for this one, and it is Vampire Night. So this is from a mix of Namco and Sega. I think Sega just published it, maybe? And yeah, it's a light gun shooter. Thankfully you can play with the controller, although it's much more difficult. It'd be much easier if I did have an old CRT to play this on, but I was able to record footage of it at least because you can play it with the controller. Yeah, light gun shooter, it's got that crazy style that you would expect, sort of what Sega's been involved with, like the House of the Dead games. You got the cheesy voice acting, and you got crazy shooting. You're obviously going around and you're hunting vampires, but you shoot them to death. And yeah, fun game. Very happy to have picked up that. It's been on my want list for a while, but I never knew what game it was. I did not know it was a light gun game. I must have just saw it at some point and forgot. Now we're going up big in budget, £8 for this one, and yes, another light gun game, 2 in fact, and it is Virtua Cop Elite Edition. I had no idea this existed until I was looking up games for this month. So Virtua Cop, the original, I think it was on Sega Saturn, Virtua Cop 2, Dreamcast, or just arcade. I don't know if it got a port, but yeah, apparently we got a port of the two of them here on the PS2. I think it was only in Europe and Japan maybe? I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, Virtua Cop 1 and 2, get to play them on your PS2. Again, you can control it thankfully with the controller. I was able to record some footage. I didn't do too bad, but yeah, I would much rather play this with a gun. And for £8 for 2 classic arcade shooting games, complete in box. I was very pleased with that. Not as pleased as the person who owned it before me, who quite clearly only paid £1 for it at some point in time. You lucky sod. But £8, very good price for that. Didn't know it existed, and yeah, those are two very fun arcadey shooters. Very pleased. And lastly, £10 this one, making my total of £25 this month. I'll just place the box down there, and we have Dark Chronicle, an RPG game that's been on my PS2 want list for quite some time now. Little disappointed with this one when I was playing it. I just always assumed it was a traditional turn-based RPG fighting system. It's not. It's not quite. It's a bit different from an action RPG because you go into fights like you would a normal turn-based. You know, where you go to an enemy and it starts a battle scene. But then it's action RPG battle system. You swipe your sword and things, or in this case I think it's a wrench he uses. You can do magic attacks and things like that. It's not to say that's bad or that I don't like those kind of battle systems, it's just I prefer turn-based JRPGs to action RPGs, and I was just a little bit disappointed when it turned out that's not what it was. But yeah, the story seems pretty interesting, and there's a really evil sort of circus ringmaster / clown who appears to be the main villain, who's kind of terrifying and will give me nightmares. But yeah, I was hooked based on just the opening bit and the story, so I'm very happy with this purchase. £10, very good price for an RPG these days on the PS2. A lot of them tend to go up in price. Yeah, so this is often considered a really good game. So I'm very happy to finally own it, and I look forward to really getting into it and seeing what the story is. Well, those are the games that I got this month. 5 games for the PS2. Some very good titles in my opinion. You've got your classic Dark Chronicle, Virtua Cop 1 and 2, which I think is just fantastic. Vampire Knight, again very fun arcade shooter. Seek and Destroy and Total Overdose, maybe not to everybody's taste, I guess, but they seemed fun enough. They were cheap, I'm happy with them, so I got 5 really good games there for the £25 budget. The only thing now is to spin this little wheel and see what I have to do for the first month of 2021. I'll put that over there, just move this box here. Let's get the camera of doom. Right, let's go over to the wheel. Right, and let's give it a spin. Let's see, come on, what are we going to get this month? And it's 11, I believe. Let me just check. Yep, that is 11, and oh Christ, the Nintendo Wii U. Oh boy, right. Just hold on a quick second again. Okay, and the Wii U. There's my Wii U collection. Let's see, make sure you can see those. So why did I show those? Because have a look at those games and tell me what's missing from it in terms of Wii U games that are kind of must-haves and must-owns. Zelda games, you're probably thinking, but I don't like Zelda games, so no chance of me owning those. Outside of that, really isn't anything. Oh boy, January is going to be a very difficult month. So yeah, definitely leave your suggestions down in the comments below, because I'm very much going to need help next month. Yeah, well, I'm bigcal, thanks for watching. Let me know below what you thought of the games I got this month. For the love of God, let me know what games I should get for next month. And before next month's video, I'm going to do probably a top 10 list of the top 10 best games that I picked up this year for my DIY gaming box videos. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you again next time.